That's all I got.
Is there a little addition to the end there?
Yeah.
All right.
I just had to do it. Did you guys notice the cards today?
I did. You made Dill's gnomes.
Well, it's in order of the lyrics.
Sure.
Ah, okay.
It's
Nice.
goblins and gnomes. Goblins and
Goblins
gnomes.
and gnomes.
So I don't know what deck I should make next. I made a Murloc Shaman deck. Now what? Now what?
I don't know. Should make an
don't know
all
either.
Trog deck.
Yeah, but the 2-mana Trogs are terrible. I think you can only go with the 4-mana or the legendary Trog.
They are kind
But
of
yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Mech Bearcat deck. Let's do this.
Yes.
We
Mech
must stop
Bearcat.
Mech Bearcat.
Do a little addition.
Super cereal, guys.
All right, well, that's going in. All right. We're going to figure this shit out. I kind of like Mech deck with Druid because you've got Mech Bear Cat and then you've also got Robo Cub, which is actually fairly decent. So
Yeah, RoboCup's kind of cool.
yeah, I
Looking
like
forward
the
to
fact
playing
like
that.
if they play a 3-2, you can make yours like kind of fit in or whatever. You can just kind of decide which way you want to go with it, which is nice. So
Yeah.
all right, well, I got to get out of here. Apparently, we are doing something. I don't know what it is. Some short bullshit or something.
Short bullshit.
Yep. But good show, everybody.
It's an exciting time to play Hearthstone.
It really is, yeah. It was a long show, but I liked it. I liked all of it.
Did you think it was going to be a short one?
No.
Did you think this was the week? This is the week we do the 30-minute
Yeah. I
show.
was like, you know what? We're going to do like 25 minutes in, out, boom.
Yeah, Goblins and Gnomes is out. It's okay. Turn it off.
No. This was going to be a long one from the get-go.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun show. Fun show, everybody. Talk to everybody soon.
Cool. See you,
Peace
Dills.
out.
Bye. Welcome to the after show, folks. If you haven't been to the after show before, this is where Jocelyn and I hang around after Dills leaves like a jerk. Usually because I'm being a jerk. And
Jocelyn needs more rice. Should be right back.
all right, and Jocelyn walks away for a bit, and then I tell you, chat room, that if you have any questions for us, we usually stick around for an extra 15 minutes and answer them. So post your questions in the chat now while I try and edit the show as quietly as possible as to not annoy you fine folks who are sticking around for the after show. So, how's chat room doing tonight? I am so effing tired. As much as I really want to open a bunch of card packs, I just don't think I have it in me. I think that may have to wait for tomorrow, which is disappointing. Is the store even up? Let's check, guys. Let's see if the store is even up, because I'm curious. So you're going to hear some Hearthstone sounds here in a second, because I'm going to be checking Hearthstone. No, shop is still closed. So never mind. I couldn't buy cards if I wanted to. Well, that is just disappointing. That is supremely disappointing. Oh, how does this transition sound? Greetings and welcome. That sounds good. Delightful. So what changed? What do you mean what changed? Quick. Chat is going by too fast. There's too many of you here tonight. Usually there's a small handful of folks that stick around after the show. What do you guys main in WoW after the expansion? Well, unexpected answers. I've been maining a paladin since Lich King, and that hasn't changed. Still playing it.
What hasn't changed?
What they want to know what class we're maining in WoW after the expansion, and I told them I've been playing paladin since Lich King, and it hasn't changed.
Oh, I'm playing Hunter. I friggin' love Marksman. It's amazing. I've been PvPing all over the place. It's so much fun.
Yeah. No, Hunter was my first love, and then at some point I decided I wanted the tank, and I actually went Warrior first, but then Blood Elves happened for the Horde, and I was like, I love elves, and I want to be Horde finally. So I went to that side. I'm like, oh, Paladins look dope. So I tried out a Paladin, and lo and behold, they were the best tanks ever during Lich King. So
Nice.
there was no reason not to use one. The Buck has a question I want to answer, but I'm gonna make it for both of us. He asked who my favorite punk band is, so I want to ask you just who your favorite band is, or music in general, Jocelyn, so you can be involved.
Uh, well, I was gonna say Less Than Jake when it was punk.
Listen, Jake's still technically. I don't get too hung up on the whole genre thing.
I was
Like,
gonna say genres are so
they're
hard.
they're
Everybody's a little,
totally from the punk scene.
yeah.
They're a ska punk band. You know, they're like skater punk. It's
Yes,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever you want to call it. Listen, Jake totally falls under
I'm
punk.
gonna say that they count.
You're damn right they
But
do.
just overall, oh man,
I did not know you like
so-
Listen Jake that much. That is awesome.
I do. I
'Cause,
have
you know,
for
we
a very,
talked-
very long time.
We talked at the top of the show about Bare Naked Ladies and them being a national treasure. Well, they're a treasure. Less Than Jake is like they give Florida a monochrome of like pride that they can actually cling on to.
No, it's not One Direction. Screw you, chat room. Um, I'm gonna have to think about it.
Okay. Well, Less Than Jake's an acceptable answer.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna look at see what's in my
Is it like
music.
your thing? I mean, my favorite band, like, I always go back to them as Green Day, and I realize a lot of people are like, they're not punk anymore, and to them I say I don't care.
I like Green Day. I like Green Day for a really long time. I do love David Guetta.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to. He's like a club beat house DJ guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I've never really gotten into that. It has its place. I always found like dance music just strange to be something that you just listen to. Because it's like, well, I'm
Yeah.
driving. I can't really.
I like to be happy and excited a lot, so I really like beat stuff. Like I carry my phone around and I have my headphones in all day and I just kind of dance around my apartment like a really big loser. So that's a thing that happens, guys. Your window into my life.
Yeah. But as far if like we're going who I think is undisputably punk and the best band in the genre, I have to go with the Lawrence Arms. They're just I love them. I love those guys. I hope they never stop playing music. I hope Brendan Kelly never stops being one of the most truly deeply offensive people I have ever followed on Twitter. I love them. I love them so much. And they have two singers and they're so different. It's so great, and it makes for the most interesting music. So I'd probably the Lawrence Arms. Tie between Lawrence Arms and Green Day. I say Green Day's punk, but I know a lot of people say they aren't. Lawrence Arms, I'd be like, if you don't think they're punk, I'm not sure what you do think is punk. So Lawrence Arms. So there you go.
But yeah, I do like poppy catchy stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Explode in the chat room is saying in the Extra Life Marathon, Jocelyn, you had us listening to your poppy music. I'm like, yeah, I did because I needed to stay awake. So I like the beats and stuff. It really depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm just sitting and chilling and like reading a book or something, I put on the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Like it all just depends.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I listen to a lot of soundtrack stuff when I work. Because, like, say I'm working on a fantasy game, I listen to a lot of Warcraft and Lord of the Rings and that stuff. If I'm working on something that's sci-fi themed, I'll put on like Martin O'Donnell's Halo work, which Martin O'Donnell, man, and any of the Halo albums. I think
Soundtracks in general are usually up there for me.
yeah, but there's nothing. No one should ever apologize for the music they like, unless it's Nickelback. But
Okay, it's not Nickelback.
so
It's not Nickelback.
Nickelback aside, I just realized it didn't fix you in the frame after Dill's dissipated. But like, I don't know. I mean, I like some seriously poppy ass shit. Like, Fall Out Boy is one of my favorite bands. I love them to death. And I realized they came out of like the indie kind of pop punk scene, but they are pretty much full blown pop now, and I'm fine with it. I love it. I think Patrick Stump is one of the greatest singers on earth. If I could sing like Patrick Stump, at least like he does now, I would sing every word I ever spoke. I'm just going to put that out there. Did I hit 100? Yes. I think we both hit 100 a while ago, Joss, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love Arena. If Valk is still in the chat room, Valk, I want to kill people with you. Can we be PvP buddies again tonight, please?
Trying to find some more questions.
Oh, Unexpected Answers wants to know if I've messed around in Heroes yet. Yes, I have. I really, really like Heroes. It's just competing with a lot of other really good titles right now. So I haven't played it as much as I want to. We played it at Extra Life actually, and played with you and Kyle and Scott, and it was awesome. Like I really like, and it's the same reason that I love doing arenas with Valk, is because I have somebody who can say like, okay, next thing that we have to do is this. Like I still need that level of instruction. And it's like I've pretty much like I know my role, I know my class, I know my character, hero if it's heroes. But I still need somebody who's willing to sit there on Skype with me and say like, okay, now we need to focus this guy down. Okay, now switch to this and do this and move here. And, you know, I need that help. So as long as I can do that, I really enjoy playing heroes. So I like playing heroes with Garrett. I don't just ever jump in and play on my own. So, and yes, I am a Maple Leafs fan. So screw you.
I feel like you should be a little less trepidatious. Just go for it. Get in there and play. And you
know,
like
we have an email that I've been sitting on for like 3 weeks, and it keeps getting bumped because we've just been talking about so much other stuff. But it's kind of around just this whole other thing about, you know, like just anxiety around gaming and gaming with other people. And I really want to talk about it because it's such a thing for me. But yeah, I'm putting it in next week. I don't even care.
Splice Stream asks, what card do we know is bad in our brain, but deep down in our heart, we still want to play it? I think Mimiron's head is that for me. I really,
I will make it work.
Do you mean that, or are you just pandering at this point?
No, dude, seriously.
You
in my
mean it?
head,
Okay.
that card is amazing.
Oh, that card is such flaming hot shit.
You just have to play it at the right time when you know you're going to take a shit ton of damage.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you know what they do? They hit you with the smallest amount of damage first, and you still die. I think Mimiron's head. I love just the idea of that. I love what it, like the design of that card. But I don't think you play it. It's funny, we spent so much time defending it.
I feel like there's a lot of cards in GBG that are just so, they seem like they're going to be so much fun, but they need such a specific set of conditions to actually work. I don't know, but just the flavor of this expansion is so cool.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I don't know. I feel like I totally felt like it came across as like the unfun ass today, but I felt like the opposite side of everything needed to be stated, and it just wasn't.
Welcome to my world, dude.
And I'm just like, no, it's not as awesome as you were saying. Damn it! Yes, I like fun.
It's okay, Garrett. We know you like fun. You just don't like random fun. You want your fun to be controlled.
I still like random, and you need it. Otherwise, the game is boring. I agree with everything Ben Brode said at BlizzCon is correct. There's really good randomness and there's really fun randomness. I'm trying to come up with an example off the top of my head.
Chat room saying that he's won many. Someone, Batten 216 is saying he's won many games for Eye for an Eye. It's good. Yes.
Well, like Dr. Boom, and his boom bots, like that's a fun kind of randomness because it's steeped. There's a guaranteed, and then there's random, and you can you have some modicum of control, and you get these 1/1s, and they might do 1 damage when they die. They might do 4, and it'll be awesome, and it'll take something. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. But sometimes you just get these plays that are amazing, and you send us an email entitled "Crazy Game Story," and I love that.
Well, the thing is, like, at least with the bombs, they have the advantage that the Nerubian egg doesn't have, right? Like, they actually have 1 attack, so you can choose to run them into something at any point. So, I mean, with the egg, you're stuck sitting there until you can activate it somehow. But the bombs, I think, are a little bit more useful because they have that 1 attack. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, Crackle for me, and the reason I always go back to it is, like, that is, like, the worst kind of randomness, I think. There's not even a fun thing to it. Like, what's fun? You don't get some crazy electric monster at the end that might have bizarre stats that are randomized. It's nothing. It's like you're paying mana.
Yeah.
It does some damage, maybe a lot, maybe an amount that makes you feel terrible.
I'm still on the fence. I'm not picking a side in the Crackle argument, just so you know.
I've read a lot of things that agree with me, so I feel justified.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of things that agree with Dills too, and I don't think we're going to know until we actually get some time to play with the card. And even then, I mean, where it is such a large range, like sometimes it's going to be good, sometimes it's going to be bad. I don't know. I'm not willing to actually pick a side yet. So.
Right, and it wasn't even my point in bringing that. My point was I'm using that as an example of the worst type of randomness. It's not fun. There's not really a way to play around it. You just play it. The randomness in Hearthstone that makes it fun is the way you can kind of like bend it to your will. It's like, well, I know this card, like Forward Lightning only hits 2 random targets. But let's see, if I make some trades before I fork Lightning, what randomness has done in Hearthstone is it makes you do different things in different orders. In a game like Magic, the same things happen in the same order every time. You always untap, and you always play a land, and you always tap, then you always cast, then you always declare attackers, then they always declare blockers. In Hearthstone, sometimes you cast a spell first, sometimes you attack first, sometimes you attack, cast spell, attack again, because you want to warp these random things into your favor. And that makes the game fresh, and it makes no 2 games play the same. And that's why Hearthstone's an amazing fucking game.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at someone was asking if they could put the name of another Hearthstone show that Ben Brode's going to be on in the chat room, and I said absolutely, Pimp Ben. And then now they're just running with pimping Ben Brode.
Oh man, I want to see the pimp that keeps Ben Brode in line. like Ben.
That's Lindsay.
Ben is such. Now I'm thinking about the conversation we witnessed between Lindsay and Zariah and Robert.
I'm telling you.
That trifecta, and I'm just like, no, I could totally see that. I can. It's like, okay, no, I'm not going there. That's hilarious because I was like, well, Ben's like this. He's so tall and such like he's. I don't want to say he's not imposing. It's like he's.
Well, no, he's he's too much of a big teddy bear to be imposing.
Oh, exactly, and that's the thing. I was like, I had this just funny image in my head of someone like taller than Ben Brode in a pimp suit. That's just like, hey, I'm Ben Brode's pimp. Folks are asking about the Star Wars trailer. I'm not gonna go into. Do we want to go in the Star Wars trailer? Are we going into the Star Wars trailer? Is that what we're doing?
No, we're not going into the Star Wars trailer.
Okay, I talked a lot about it on this week's A Move Radio, so go check it out there if you want to hear that.
I'm just loving Most Divine in the chat room. Slap! Where's my dust? Where? Oh, I love it. This joke just went way off the rails. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, it did. I hope if they see this that they understand the humor in it and not they're not just like, all right, we're disturbed. I'm never getting an interview with those guys again.
No, it's fine. We're buds.
Faux Reaper Legendary. What is that? I forget. Wait, we did Faux Reaper tonight.
Yep.
Listen to tonight's episode, you jerk. I'm kidding. You're not a jerk. You're just late to the show. Oh, that's not a question. He's just quoted. I'm like, what? And this person wrote, when Garrett said he was farting blood, I'm so angry about this card. When talking about Crackle, I was laughing so hard it was hard to breathe. Good. I'm glad. I'm very glad it had that effect. I'm trying to find any more questions by scrolling up, and I'm not seeing any. Any chance we're going to get Ben back on again? I'm sure we're going to get Ben on again.
At some point. We have no current schedule.
Yeah. I would be totally down if they were to send someone else on. But
we need to have Young Woo.
Well, I got to talk to Young Woo, so
I did not get to talk to Young Woo. Therefore, he needs to come on the show. And maybe he'll just take your spot so I can talk to him because you already have.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. But who's going to produce this? You?
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
actually,
I'll
no.
do it.
You would. You would.
I would.
What's your favorite card sounds? It is, or every card sound I've ever heard has been usurped by Annoyatron. I love that
I feel icky.
All 3 of his things are all variations of hello. I love it. It's amazing.
I haven't seen half of the emotes and sounds and stuff of the cards. That's part of what I'm looking forward to is just the flavor around this whole GVG thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, are we going to have new GVG bumpers for the podcast?
Probably not.
Well, fine.
Unless you want to make them.
I don't know how to do that.
I'm so bad at making bumpers. I don't. Dill's,
give me a big hug.
Dill's made those, and he supposedly has had a new intro ready for almost a year now. So probably not. Hylar in the chat room said that he knows Bolvar isn't great, but do you like the mechanic in general? I like the fact that it really takes advantage of Hearthstone being an electronic game because you couldn't execute this in a normal card game. Actually, I believe in Bolvar. I am going to make this card work because I'm so excited about it, and the main reason is because I love this mechanic. I think it is so cool. What do you think about Bolvar, Joss?
I have to look him up.
He's the 1/7
Oh, right, that one with the grows in your hand thing, right?
Yeah, he's pulling him up right now. Five
dirty.
Yeah, 5 mana. If you want to go there, feel free. He's 5 mana, 1 attack, 7 health. Whenever a friendly minion dies while this is in your hand, gain +1 attack.
Right.
So yeah, sucks if you get silenced, but
even then, he's yeah.
I believe in.
He's a pally card, right?
Yeah, he's the new paladin legendary.
Yeah, and you got a lot of buff with that. So even if he gets silenced once, you could always just buff him up again.
This guy is going to be in my token deck. It's happening. I'm telling you right now. Grows in your hand thing. Quote Jocelyn 2014.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Artichart says Trump was killing it with Bolvar today. Multiple people have told me Trump was playing Token Pally today. I need to watch his stream from the day because I totally missed it.
Yeah, and actually, Jimmy Omaha in the chat room makes a good point, too. He gets silenced, so Tyrion doesn't. There are a lot of cards, just in general, that you're just like, oh, that's auto-removal, auto-silence, auto-whatever, but you can't run a deck that's all removal or all silence.
Right,
You'll never actually win the game. So
yeah, at some point, something sticks.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's a lot of cards that even if, in one game your Tyrion gets silenced and then you get to play your super beefy Bolvar and then, maybe the next game it's vice versa. But, one way or another, you're going to end up with these big, beefy, cool effect cards because there's not that much removal and silence in the game. There can't be. So I think it's interesting. I think we're going to see a lot of changes to, both arena and constructed meta. Just because what sticks.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that makes me really happy. I didn't have a chance to watch a lot of streams today. I caught a little bit of Kibler's Murloc Shaman. But yeah, chat room saying they saw Kalento, Trump, and Savitz all using Bolvar in their Paladin decks today and that they were just slaying. So cool. I'm going to have to check that out. I was going to go watch.
I want to buy my cards. I want to know what I got. And I want all the legendaries. And
I know. I'm just so... I have so much crap to do.
And I can't decide whether I should get one big set of packs or 2 big set of packs. I can't decide.
I think I'm going to just do the one big one because, man, it's Christmas and then Katie's birthday immediately after and
Sucker.
And wedding deposits and so much
Sucker
shit.
pens too.
I would love to drop for 2 it'd be 140 for 120 packs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd love to do that, but I just feasibly
120 packs, all the cards. All the cards.
Cannot justify that at this moment. Also,
goblins and gnomes.
That is just amazing. I love it. That's what happens when you attack with the hobgoblin.
See, you need that on a soundboard. We need to have that in the show somewhere.
That's what he says when you play him. Oh, and I thought Death was going to be also Goblin and Gnome related, but that's not. So, what a shame. Oh, all right. We'll take one more question. So, chat room, make it good. And then I'm cutting this thing off.
120 packs is $140.
Was that it?
That's not the question. I was trying to answer before you finished.
Yeah. The shop is still closed. While you were gone, I was checking the shop. I'm like, is it up? Nope. Still down.
That just means I get to kill night elves in the face. That's my first nemesis challenge. I'm 10% of the way there. I've killed 50 night elves since yesterday.
Wow.
I know. I've been a PvPing crazy person.
Yeah, you've been PvPing a lot. I had so much fun in Ashran, by the way. We need to do that again.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been doing, and I've just been going in for like a half an hour and then coming out again. Whenever I have time to kill, that's what I've been doing, is running into Ashrain. The only time I had a problem was, for whatever reason, last night the queue was stupid long. I waited for like 20 minutes and then gave up because it was time to do TGI, but...
Gotcha. Well... Oh, okay. Favorite Christmas movies. This wins.
I think we're going to agree, though.
I think we are, because I think we both watched it already.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw you tweet about it, and I know I watched it the other night while I was decorating the tree. Love Actually?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Love Actually.
That is literally, I put it on every year when I decorate my Christmas tree. It is my go-to Christmas movie. Love the crap out of it.
I have such a deep-seated love for Love Actually.
I know, and it's so great. And then the proposal scene in the restaurant,
It's
just
amazing.
in cases.
Say yes, you stupid skinny girl.
I know. Oh, that's so good. And then the scene in the airport with the little kid is so good.
Everything is so good. There's not a single thing in that movie. God, I love it, and it kicked off that whole kind of that
ensemble cast.
Yeah, the vignette movies.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every it's all these little mini stories, and some are connected, some are not. There's another one I really like that I think that director did a short for it. Have you seen Paris Je t'aime?
No.
It's most of it's in French, but I want to say it's 17 or 18 short films. All
That's
about
a lot of short films.
all about love from some aspect, kind of like how Love Actually shows people in love in completely different ways. How it deals with you've got everything from new love to people who've been married for a while and are cheating on each other.
Right.
And this movie has a lot of the same kind of vibe, but every short film was a different director, so they're wildly different, like styles and stories and actors, and a lot of it is in French, but there's a few that are even in English natively, like there's it's not dubbed or whatever. There's one where Elijah Wood stars in it and he falls in love with the vampire, and the whole thing is shot like Sin City.
Okay.
It's amazing.
You'll have to email me with what this is, because I'll never remember.
Yeah, well, it translates to Paris, I Love You, and if you ever saw New York, I Love You, that was like the sequel.
I've got to say, so other ones, obviously Nightmare Before Christmas, that gets watched twice a year, once at Halloween, once at Christmas. And
Same in our household.
You're the same, yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I watch Love Actually at all different times of the year. Like, I don't even know how many times I've seen it, but it's been, a lot. Because whenever I watch it once at Christmas for sure, if not twice at Christmas. And that usually I watch it like when I put up my Christmas tree, and then I watch it like Christmas Eve. And then I watch it whenever I'm just feeling down about my life. I'm just like, I need some Love Actually. It makes me feel so good about everything.
It is so pumped full to the brim with the feels.
Exactly. And then that like claymation Rudolph, I love that. I think it's like 50 years old this year.
Oh, something like, yeah, a lot of those are.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that so much.
I don't really watch those anymore. Like this kind of fell off for me. I can totally take a look. When I was a kid, yes, I had to watch those. And Frosty the Snowman
Yeah,
was the
Frosty
best
and
one.
Rudolph and the Grinch, the animated Grinch.
Okay, so, see, for me, the only other thing that is up there with Love Actually for specifically Christmas movies is the Ron Howard live action Grinch. I love it. I know a lot of people hate it. I love that movie to pieces.
Chat room's also mentioning Elf.
I hate Elf. I want to kill Elf with fire.
I have to be in the right mood for Elf. I'm not a Will Ferrell fan, so.
Yeah, I can really. It depends.
And I watched because Die Hard is my brother's Christmas movie, so I watched Die Hard for the first time ever in my life with him last year. So it's now it's going to be a thing that he and I do together. But it's okay. Yeah, Die Hard. I now understand why Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
How did I forget about Die Hard? Forgot about Die Hard, Love Actually, Grinch, Christmas Vacation.
Oh, see, that's my dad's favorite Christmas movie. And again, that's another one that I hadn't seen until I'd seen it in its entirety, but in bits and pieces on TV.
The turkey is all you need. That solidifies it as one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. Just the turkey going. It's wonderful. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
I know. Just last year. Okay, I understand. My brother's younger than me too.
Dills is back in the chat room telling me to fuck myself because I don't like Elf. I'm sorry, Will Ferrell. That is like the type of kind of like how I said Crackle's the worst kind of RNG. Elf Will Ferrell is the worst type of Will Ferrell. That's like the Will Ferrell style that I just can't take. Like his bits he does.
I'm gonna ride the fence on this one again.
Oh, thank you, Sweden. Way to pick a side.
I'm not taking a side. I refuse to take a side.
Yeah, I can't do it. Like I love Zooey Deschanel, but she cannot save Elf for me. I'm sorry. I just can't do it.
Uh,
Can't do. I'll watch Anchorman until every day until I die, but I can't watch Elf. Can't do it. So, on that in mind, I'm gonna call it a night and get the show posted. Go enjoy Goblins vs. Gnomes.
Hopefully, cross your fingers.
Yeah,
Can actually give my money to Blizzard.
Please.